Sleep better tonight.
You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that cool mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
It's the best air guitar song. Gonna be doing this all around the lodge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. There's a rumor that ZZ Top is stopping by the mushtoberfest. It's just a rumor. I don't know if it's true. That's right, Whiskey. Warm up those thumbs. How great are these guys, throwback? There's Aaron Shamrock. You need to be here tomorrow, Aaron. Make sure Aaron Shamrock's here tomorrow. Okay, give me 5 people that said ZZ Top to open the morning is the way to flow. I mean, way to go. Let's try something slightly different. Let's try something slightly different. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? What's it gonna be? What are we gonna play? Okay, so this is slightly different.
Once upon a time, in a famous story, a girl named Alice got very curious about a little white rabbit who passed by. She followed him and soon found herself falling a very deep hole into a strange place.
Don't do nothing at all. Hey, Terry. Mushroom. She'll be at the Mushroom Fest.
That depends on where you want to go.
Doesn't matter. I don't even know where I am.
If you just want to get someplace,
That's right, Aaron.
keep going.
Aaron, you be here tomorrow. I got a package to open. Thank you, Rose. Alice is going to be at the mushtoberfest. That isn't even a rumor. Alice will be there. ZZ Top, it's still a rumor. Yes, Aaron, mail call from, it's a big package. So Alice will be at the mushtoberfest. Will you? ZZ Top could be there. Probably going to be there. The end. If they had panned out just a little bit on that scene right there when Alice is waking up, you find out that she's laying next to a fire pit. Yep, she's curled up next to the fire pit, and Kelly is somewhere nearby. So, good morning. Good morning. Let's get the theme music going this morning, right? Anybody like this morning's music? Should we have some more thumbs popping up? Should we have some more thumbs? Who does ZZ Top and a reggae version of White Rabbit the same morning? We do. Hey, you guys, Eric is trying to put some kind of a music list together. He's trying to put a playlist together for Mushtoberfest. He's saying he needs more input. Reach out to Eric the Machine Montgomery. Let's not remind him as he's a machine, because he'll try to be over the machine top head guy. He'll go too far. You know Eric. So we're not going to call him the machine very much. Or talk about how we oil him. As the spores drop through our lives, we'll have tea therapy. Get your song choices to Eric. He's putting together some kind of playlist. And if I know Eric, he's going to do videos and all kinds of TikTok weirdo stuff, which is phenomenal. He's just Eric this week, Slingy. Okay? He's just, which is like way enough. Take my word for it. The best thing about having mush fests far away, where you have to travel to them, from Pop's perspective, is that Eric doesn't get to stay at he isn't going to be a guest for the next month. Eric will actually have to go home either Sunday or Monday. Okay, Eric, you can't stay there for another month. Okay, Eric, you can't stay an extra month hiding behind trees and stuff. Okay, can't do it. He can if he rents it. Yeah, but that isn't. Eric's going to be behind a tree somewhere in camouflage. Don't you remember how he does it? Okay, he rusted into place like Eric, go home. It's okay. You can go home. All right, Eric, I love you. Thank you for being you. Hey, if you guys are going to go fishing with us Sunday morning. Hey, if you guys are going to go fishing Sunday morning at the mushtoberfest, look into getting yourself a day license. Okay, I did it online yesterday just so I have peace of mind, and I would really let Captain Jeff and everybody else that I try to be impeccable for, I would let everybody down if I didn't get my license, my fishing license. And you can get them in Tennessee, non-residents, you can get them for a day. They're around $14, Matt. Okay? But it would be a really good idea. We don't want to be that group that goes out there and then the game warden finds one or two of us and gives us a ticket. Don't want to be that group. Okay? Let's just do it the right way. And I personally, somebody wrote me, oh, those Department of Natural Resources, they're making a gang of money off of. I really don't think they are. I bet you their budgets could really use the infusion of a non-resident coming there that's going to drop a pole in their water. They're keeping the place together so we can go there and do that. That's like a pizza. And I bet you their Department of Natural Resources could use the money. It's just a thought. I don't think that they're scrounging or grounging with it. That's just my thinking. Okay? So, think about getting a license if you're going to go hang out and fish with us. Okay. Yeah, Ginge, let's just play it fair. And the states, I've never seen a Department of Natural Resources that couldn't use a few more bucks. And I personally like to use the facilities and everything else. You know what, Matt? I don't know if you can do it at Walmart, but there's an Ace Hardware somewhere in town in Pigeon Forge that says they do it. There's places in town in Pigeon Forge you could show up there and do it. But listen to Sandman, listen to Terry Newman. Terry's such a nice man. Terry's a local to the area. Sandman too. Terry, yesterday after I posted a picture of my, not the license itself, but I showed that I bought my license. Terry on a DM sends me, hey Pops, I got my, and he sent me a picture of his license. So Terry Newman, he's going to be pretty much our guide. He's going to figure out where we're going to go fishing. Okay, and once we know where we're going to go fishing, Terry's gonna figure all that out. I'm putting all that responsibility on Terry. Okay, hold on a second. I wanted to read something to you guys, so I had to turn the music off for a second. I'm gonna read this. Hold on. Oh heck, where is it? Thought I saved it. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about this. Recently deleted is no, no. Okay, I'm sorry about this. Hold on. A little discombobulated. I think I'm excited about us going to a mushtoberfest. I really feel like I'm getting excited. I think I also have a really big mouth. I talked about it a whole lot. I feel terrible for Sandy and Carlotta, to be dead honest with you. You, I feel like there's going to be about 777 people there, and there's room for 12. Poor Sandy and Carlotta. They were like, okay, we'll get 14 or 16 people together total. I've been telling everybody about it. Bring your sleeping bags. Come on, sleep on. Next thing you know, it's a whole military base. We're gonna just be prepared to sleep on the floor in a nice sleeping bag, pillow, blanket situation. Okay, just be prepared for that. Somebody else was writing, what are we gonna do for food? I go, please, 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 whatever you do, keep it simple. There's gonna be so many people and so many opportunities, and everybody's gonna wanna be helpful. Keep it simple, okay? Bridgie, they stock trout. There is one right by Pigeon Forge. I was reading it. They stock it on Thursdays. And they don't let you go fishing on Thursdays in that area. But then it's open for Friday, Saturday, and it's open for the weekend. So there is one spot around there that they literally stock it with trout every Thursday. It's almost like we should go fishing Friday instead of Sunday. Okay? You know what? I had a letter I wanted to read to you guys, but I'll just wait till tomorrow. We're going to do a mail call tomorrow morning. Aaron Shamrock, my great friend, Aaron in India, he writes the neatest notes to us. Aaron sent me a big package. I'm dying to open it, but I don't have time right now because we're going to teach stuff today. But we're going to open it tomorrow, okay? And then we'll read any other letters that we've got. It'll be a mail call tomorrow morning. I feel a little let down. I have 62 people on my screen that are here. That's phenomenal. Only 39 of them's thumbs have gone to work this morning. No one else's thumbs have gone to work. Kind of a bummer. There's according to my calculations, 24 lazy thumbs are here. Is yours one of them? Is yours one of the lazy thumbs? Yep, it just dropped to 63, Penny. One left. He didn't want to. No, it's dropped to 61. Forget it. I'm not pushing the button. I'm leaving. Okay, I understand that completely. Let's do our first giveaway of today. But you know what I want to do for today, for the opening giveaway? Jeff Knight admits that he has lazy thumb disease. That's good. That's good. When you admit it, you'll remember tomorrow to not be so lazy thumb diseased. First giveaway of today. If you're the calculator, you're the one that knows impeccably. If Bridgie, there's Bridgie, he smashed it twice. Okay. Now we're getting some likes up there. Thank you. I don't ask for these likes for me and for my ego. I promise, I promise, I promise. They drive up our subscription people. We get more people to watch our videos. YouTube puts more of our videos on randomly and lets people see them. And then guess what happens? A lot of them subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, right? You just push a button. And then next thing you know, every once in a while you go and follow that deal. New for today, for just this morning, first giveaway. If you're the calculator, your brain's the calculator. Desi gets a donut. Hold on, I've been holding on to these, just waiting for somebody to get one. Desi gets a donut. Would you guys give Desi a donut? Okay, these are the real deal too. Gosh, I love these. I like the miniature ones because you don't have to eat a whole donut. Okay, Dizzy, throw a chocolate donut. Whenever somebody new comes, they get chocolate donuts from us. Okay? We don't get powdered donuts, and we all know why. Well, some of us know why. It's a trigger. Stupid Pops. For today, this morning, you're the calculator. If there's Desi, there you go. That's so cool, Desi obscene. If you've won a giveaway in the last 2 weeks, that's all. Just go back. Hey, did I win anything in the last 2 weeks? If you did win anything in the last 2 weeks, don't participate in this giveaway right now. You could do one later with us. But the first one of the day, you please don't participate. We're going to give a few people that haven't won recently or ever before, we're going to give them a chance. Sound good? Sounds wonderful. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask the question. Here we go. Okay. Now, this isn't for never winner before's only. It's for no need to be greedies. No, I'm kidding. It's for, if you just go back the last couple of weeks, if you've won, don't answer this particular question. And this one's going to be top 10. Top 10 coming at you. Top 10. Oh, you guys want to do car parts? Oh, you guys want to do car parts? Scuttle the Bro is new here, you guys. Would somebody give Scuttle the Bro? Scuttle gets a donut. Don't skimp on giving Scuttle a donut just because we're in the middle of a contest, a giveaway. Scuttle, we're going to throw donuts at Scuttle. Okay? Don't skimp on throwing that. Thank you, Chris. He's dodging them right now. You guys want to do car parts? I get it. I think I'm going to do a car part. Hold on. Let me think of one. I'm going to think of one. Let me think of one. Car part. Okay. Hold everything. Okay. All right. I've got it. And I'm writing it down so I can't cheat. Car part. Go. Car part. Go. Flux capacitor, no, Joe tubes. That's on my other car. Okay? Penny, find the donut. Muffler bearings, a most stolen part. Starter, no. Catalytic converter, no. Arabian, no. Motorcycle parts, no. Dashboard, trunk lid, floor mat. Donuts thrown at Desi, no. Catalytic, heater core, transmission connecting rod, axle, windshield. Okay, so remember that Pops is thinking new technology cars. That's your only hint. New technology cars. Go. Seat, transmission, sun visor, water pump, turn signal fluid. Turn signal has fluid? Brake radar, a brake rotator, brakes, catalytic converter, a sport bar. That'd be a good idea, exception. Do you put those in your car? Alternator, muffler, a lug nut, headphone, cables, tire, a sending unit, an alternator, spark plug, alternator, clutch, windshield, scuttle with donuts, a Canucker valve, a transmission, a roll bar, a front bumper, a steering wheel, sun visor, brake pads, an MAF, a heater core. You guys, we could go all day long. I told you it's new technology cars. What's that mean? Electrical vehicles. Come on. Okay, radio, shifter. What's going to be in an electrical vehicle guaranteed? Map, transmission, water pump, an exhaust, a downpipe, a turbo, a rear view mirror, GPS, seats, drive shaft, hood, O2 sensor, engine touch screen. I like that one. Snuff loving it. Not all cars have those though. Ball joints, backup camera, sensor, rear camera, an engine, a Bluetooth, a battery. A battery is close. Battery what? Okay, GPS, camera, O2 sensor, plugins, GPS, battery what? 2 words, touchscreen, filters, push buttons, solar panels, heat seat, touchscreen, navigation, batteries. 2 words, please. Catalytic converter, motor, rear view camera, Bluetooth, predictive analytics. Thank you, David. Brakes, GPS, Bluetooth, dome light, transmission, sunroof, auxiliary, Bluetooth, a bong holder. Marcus, that's a cool car. Fuel injectors, blinker fluid. I designed them for manufacturing. I know you do. Hood, computer, radio, comp chips, computers, 8-car. I said battery what? Battery what? Cruise control, fuel pump, battery, seatbelts, battery, blockchain, battery, brakes, touchscreen, trunk monkey, charging port, electric motor, electric engine, battery. Will you put another word right behind battery? It starts with the C. Battery, cable, battery, electric, battery, artificial air conditioner, cable. Now put battery and that word together. Charge port, AI service, wire, battery X charger, alternator, gas tank, lithium battery, push button, battery port, hot dog water reservoir, lithium battery, electric battery, batteries, battery converter, battery charger, batteries, hybrid battery charger. Matt Leonard, kill it. Battery cable. You gotta connect the battery somehow. This is even on the old cars, so this counts. Battery cable goes with just about anything, right? What the heck? Because you guys don't want me to do car parts anymore. You don't. You guys could be. Oh my goodness, Matt Leonard. Matt, have you won in the last 2 weeks? I don't know, Matt. If you say so. Matt, let's see what you won. You got a 2 half-gram infused alternator, excuse me. You guys got me thinking car parts now, okay? And there are apple crisps. We went a little generous today. We went super generous. This week we've been giving away 2 grams and then 3 grams. This is 4 grams. 4 grams. Matt Leonard, please get me your address. Matt Leonard, I'm going to take it back. Matt Leonard, I'm going to be seeing you at mushfest. I'll bring this with me. Matt Leonard, I'll bring this in a small box with me and hand it to you at mushfest if you're going to be there. That'll save us $6 in shipping. Okay? So Matt Leonard is the winner of that first one. I feel like you've won something in the last couple of weeks, though, Matt, to be honest with you, but I'm going to send this to you anyways. But when we do that, I really do want people to, give other people a chance to win. I feel like you've won. I could probably go back and see it. But that's okay. We'll move on. Okay. It was 2.5 weeks ago. Okay, Matt. Okay, gotcha. All righty. So let me pick up from where we left off yesterday. Okay? And that was, we were talking about getting our time frames together here, right? And that's for here, okay? We had talked about how long it takes in our first stage, because we're doing some production planning here, okay? All right. So we're doing our production planning, and our production planning, we know that if we're going to start a jar of spawn, of grain, with agar, we want to give it about 25 days. If we're going to start it with liquid culture, we want to give it about 20 days. And then if we're going to give it grain to grain, we're going to count about 15 days. Okay, let me back up to one thing. I gave some misinformation yesterday. After reviewing some of the things that we discussed yesterday, I made a mistake in information that I passed off yesterday. So I want to clarify that today before I move on. Yesterday, we were talking about weights. Excuse me. The weight of our grain. We were talking about the weight of our grain. And I was talking about how there's a difference in the weight of rye versus whole oats. That's still true. That still holds true. That wasn't the misinformation. What I should have been talking about in terms of the weight of this jar is not dry oats weight, not dry oats. What I want to know is as after it's been hydrated. So what I need to know is once my grain is prepped, it needs to be hydrated because at the end of the day, when I run it through my pressure cooker, this has been sterilized and ready to be inoculated. Look at the difference in the whole oats. This is the dry whole oats that haven't been prepped. I just took these out of a bag for yesterday. The purpose of yesterday, like just doing a visual demonstration, but I had made a mistake because I'm showing you this dry oats. I should be showing you the hydrated oats next. So this right here is how it looks before I prep the oats. This is what it looks like after I've put the water in, hydrated it, and pressure cooked it to sterilized. So this really is the jar that we're working with, not this. So let's back up to that, okay? We did some weighing. They will weigh different, David. Not significantly different, but they're gonna weigh different. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take out the weight of the jar. Okay, let's take out the weight of the jar. Good morning, Terry Newman. I talked about you earlier. So we're gonna take out the weight of the jar and then we're gonna say, how much does it weigh? Like if you remember this one here, weighed around 6.5. Well, this one has a little more, the grain blows up a little bit. It's still about a 0.6. I'm gonna call it a 0.6. So I still need 4 of these to do a 54 quart. I'll want 4 of these, which will give me just a little bit over 2 pounds of spawn, colonized spawn, to start my 54. But I wanted to, for the sake of clarification, we're talking about working with obviously hydrated grains to inoculate, not dry grains. Okay? I realized I sort of put that out there yesterday, and I wanted to clarify that before we go any further. Okay, so our next step, now I've decided I'm gonna start 1 tub, and I'm going to do it with liquid culture, okay? And so what do I need to do that? I need 1 54 tub, excuse me. What do I need? We're only talking 1 right now. Any of us can do 1. By the way, I'll always recommend that you do 2. Every time you do a tub, I almost never do 1 at a time. I do for test purposes, but if I'm doing anything in the growing phases, I almost never do 1 tub. I almost always do 2. One reason. 2 is just as easy to do as 1. Literally, once the thing is built and it's sitting there, and I have to worry about the phase 2 and phase 3, you're talking an extra minute per tub. 2 minutes per tub. Period. And let's be honest, sometimes we lose a tub. It's a shame if you're doing all of that work, you're only working with 1 tub and you lose that tub to some kind of contamination or another issue. Temperatures spike, the power goes out in the house, something goes on. You're gonna lose a tub every once in a while. If you have a second one, it becomes like a backup tub to you. Okay? So I would always recommend, yeah, Terry's calling it a fail-safe. It's always do 2 at a time, minimum. Then there's some of us that do 20 at a time. Sincerely. Because once you get your rhythm, you're like, oh, I can add another. It's like you're a juggler, right? A juggler. Juggler starts out with 1 ball, then 2. Well, they pop a 3rd one into the rotation. And they're like, yeah, I got this down pretty good. Pop a 4th one. The real good jugglers, they keep adding until they can't do it anymore, and it all falls down, like Pops last week. So, stage 1, we've covered stage 1 completely. You have duration. Your duration in stage 1 can be 25 days, 20 days, or 15 days, depending on what media you're using to start your jar. We've covered that over and over. I apologize to keep repeating. Next step. Now that we know that number, we know our other 2 numbers, phases 2. In phase 2, which is colonization, once I've started a tub, my colonization phase is going to be about 25 days, 15 days, 20 days. Okay? Then I'm going to take my 4 jars, and I'm going to take my tub, and I'm going to take my pasteurized substrate, and I'm going to mix them. Now I have a tub. I take that tub and I put it into my colonization chamber. What is a colonization chamber? Nothing. It's a closet. It's a tent. It's a dark area. And you do want it to be dark. And you want it to be like that for 10 days at a temperature of around 74 to 75 degrees. That's the time frame that your cake goes from being completely brown, just all you see is the substrate. That's when the Spitzenkorpers start going through there, and they start going, and it starts webbing, and it starts growing, and then the top of your cake starts turning white, and you start, boop, about day 10 or 11, you're going to start seeing hyphal knots. That's the time. Now your colonization phase is over, and we're going to take that tub and move it to a fruiting stage. Your colonization stage is really standard. It always works out like this with good, healthy tubs. It's about 10 days. Once in a while, you get one, oh, she's a high flyer. 8 days, I'm already seeing hyphal knots. Once in a while, you'll go, oh, gosh, this one's taking forever. 12 days, 13 days, I'm just now starting to see hyphal knots on my cake. But the average is 10. No, Matt Leonard, the temperature is 74. I say 72 to 75. Once you start getting hotter than 75, the top of your cake starts to sweat from the humidity inside your tub. And the cake starts getting wet itself, and you're adding contamination options. Okay? But so now, I've done how many thousands of tubs now? I can tell you out of that, 5% don't hit the 10-day mark. Some go just a little earlier, and some go just a little bit later, but not very many. And it's a lovely thing, too, because I can count on 10 as being my colonization time. Sometimes, even if it doesn't look like it's completely ready, I know it's been colonizing for 10 days. Boop, I'm moving it to fruiting. Okay. Back up for just a second. This is one of the really neat things about mycology and production planning in mycology. I'm able to do all of my planning in days of groups of 5. Follow what I mean. Almost everything that we're talking about here, you can break down into a 5. You can divide by 5. We had 25 days for the agar. That's 5 5s. We had 20 days for the liquid culture. That's 4 5 days blocks. The grain to grain, 3 5-day blocks or 15 days. So I'm starting to see a pattern, am I not? I'm starting to see that if I work in 5-day lots. We're going to go to the calendar and look at this. If I'm working in 5-day lots, it's super easy for my brain to just go, oh, every 5th day, something has to happen. Every 5th day, something has to happen. The days in between are maintenance and preparation days. Okay? Now what I'll also do, if I'm going to start something, because of my OCD and my ability and my production planning, etc., I always start things on a day that's divisible by 5. For example, on my calendar, today's the 19th. I won't start tubs today for production purposes. I will start on the 20th on my calendar and in reality. So between the 20th and then I'll do another one on the 25th. And then I'll do something else on the 30th. And then I'll do something else on the 5th of the month. And then I'll do something on the 10th of the month. And then the 15th of the month. And then the 20th of the month. But my planning is all based off of 5-day blocks. And we do them on the every 5th day of a month. Okay? 5 on it. Now, there are some months that have 31 days. So you get an extra day in there in your cycle. There's one day out of the year that has 28 days, sometimes 29. Okay? You're going to lose a couple of days in your cycle on that particular month. But this system works, period, if you just start thinking in terms of 5-day blocks, and on the 5th of the 5-day on every 5th day on the calendar. Now, you could do it different if you wanted to go, okay, today's the 19th. I'm starting something today. So the 24th, I'll have something, another 5-day block. Oh, then now it's going to be the 29th. Okay. But if you do that, it gets a little more complicated. Does that make sense? Give me 5 people that says, that makes sense. I'll wait for an answer on that one. Kind of makes sense, right? We're going to do 5-day blocks. And here's the neat thing. I can't plan an appointment. I can't plan a date with the mail lady. I can't do anything. Oh, it's coming up the 15th. I got plans. It's coming up the 20th. Nope, I got plans. It's coming up the 25th. I can't even, if I'm going fishing, it's got to be late in the afternoon or early in the morning because I have stuff I have to do on the 25th. Part of my production process. The other days in between, I get a little wiggle room, right? The other days, and those are my prep days. Those are the days that, hey, I'm going to start tubs on the 20th. I'm going to start 2 tubs tomorrow on the 20th. I have to have my 2 tubs cleaned and ready. I have to have my polyfill. I give myself 5 days to get that ready, right? So this time in between is my prep time. I can't have any excuse tomorrow because it's the 20th. So I'm kind of beating that horse to death, but that's a big part of production planning. Pick a day or pick a cycle, pick a schedule that works for you. For me, OCD guy, I just pick the 5ths all the time, right? This was a very easy vacation to plan around. Think about it. I leave here on the 21st and I'm back on the 24th. Wow, what a good plan, Pops. So tomorrow I'll do all my 20th stuff. And then when I come back, I'll be doing my 25th stuff. Wow. Don't tell me that you planned on not being home for these 4 days or something so you don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Yes, I did. So do you see how you can plan? Yes, you do. So, planning. Here's the fun part. I want to harvest a tub. I want to harvest a tub on Thanksgiving. Or somewhere very close to Thanksgiving. What day is Thanksgiving this year? Thanksgiving is the 24th. It's the 24th. So I could get super close. I'm going to say the 25th. The day after Thanksgiving, the 25th, I want to harvest 2 tubs. Okay? The day after Thanksgiving, I want to harvest 2 tubs. Come here, calendar. So I'm going to come over here and on the 25th right here, I want to harvest tub number 1 and tub number 2. Now, believe it or not, the way Pops does this on his calendars, I do it in colored ink. I use different colored inks for this stuff here, but that's my own. Tub 1 and tub 2, I'm going to be harvesting. I'm going to make a little note. On the 25th. How do I get there? That's my goal. And that's what I want to accomplish. How do I get there? Well, I'm going to go to we know stage 1 of our process is going to take 15 days because we're using grain to grain. We know stage 2 is going to take 10 days. Stage 2 is our colonization. So we're looking at 25 days total right there. Okay? Then we also have calculated our fruiting stage. Our fruiting stage typically lasts 7 to 10 days to get to pins. And then another 5 to get to fruit and harvest. I calculate my fruiting phase at 15 days. There's another 15 that we're adding for that. So we had 15 for grain to grain. We had 15 for, we had 10 for colonizing, that's 25. And then we're going to add another 20. We're looking at 45 days. Sometimes it's quicker, but we're going to say 45 to be conservative. So now I'm going to come to my count. That's right, Tube Junkie. So now I'm going to come to my calendar, and I'm going to count back 45 days, or 9 5-day blocks. But I'll count back 45 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Hold on. $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30, $31, $32, $33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40, $41, $42, $43, $44, $45. If I wanted to harvest something so guess what? Bad plan, Pops. If I wanted to harvest something on Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving, I would have needed to start it on the 10th. That means tomorrow's the 20th. The soonest I could harvest something right now, we're going to add 10 days. It should have started days ago, Terry. So now if I'm going to harvest, if I start tomorrow, and I put those 2 tubs in, the 10th of December, because I want to do it all on 10s, on blocks of 10. The 10th of December, right here, the 10th of December, if I start it tomorrow, the 10th of December is when I'm going to get my harvest, based off of a plan. Let's back up now. So if I start it tomorrow, I'm starting 2 tubs tomorrow. That's October 20th. I'm going to calculate out 15 days from tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So somewhere right around, now we're going to add a day or two in here just to get us up to our 5 number. By Saturday the 5th of November, Saturday the 5th of November, I am going to take my jars out of colonizing phase 1, and I'm going to make my cakes. So I can't schedule anything on Saturday the 5th because on Saturday the 5th, I'm going to be making cakes from jars that I put in my colonization chamber today. Are you following that? So if I start today on the 20th, I can calculate out that on the 5th of November, I should be planning on making 2 cakes. Okay. After that, I count forward another 10 days. This is going to be my colonization time. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 15th, right? If on Saturday the 5th, I make my cakes, then on December 15th, I'm going to be able to move those cakes out of colonizing into fruiting. So I make notes like this. On this day here, I made cakes 1 and 2. On the 15th, I'm going to take 1 and 2, and I'm going to move them to fruiting conditions. Now, in the meantime, I might be doing this. Watch this. What if on the 15th, I start 2 more? I do 3 and I do 4. Tub number 3 and number 4. And I can real quickly calculate out 15 days from these, I could be moving my jars into colonizing if I count forward 15 days from this. I can do anything I want in terms of my calculating now. But I'm going to start, I won't, let's say the jars are already started. I'm going to start tubs 3 and 4. Start tubs. The jars are done. They're inoculated. They're ready to go. I'm going to start 2 more tubs. I started 2 on this date. I'm going to start 2 more here. 10 days later. Not a problem. Now I'm going to calculate out from here 10 days. That means on this day here, I wasn't harvesting. We didn't make that. On this day here, I should be moving tubs 3 and tubs 4 into fruiting. This day here, I had 20 days out from this one. On the 25th, I should be harvesting 1 and 2. Out of fruiting, I should be harvesting 1 and 2 now. Because all I have to do is count forward. I take that back, not 10 days. It's 20 days. My bad. So it's December 5th. December 5th, I can fruit these. So 1 and 2. I'm calculating all this in front of you guys. I do it a little better at home by myself. But this day here, I'm actually going to be harvesting. I can figure out this one here. I've moved it to fruiting. I'm going to harvest this one on this day in December. I can start filling up my calendar this way and start seeing what days I need to get certain things done. Like I say, I usually use the colored pencils so I can keep track of the tubs. But I'm also not doing 1 and 2 at a time. I'm doing like 10 at a time. But that's the concept. You can calculate, set a date, calculate back to your start time, and then once you've plugged in your dates, fill out your calendar accordingly. You can predict your harvest date. You can predict your fruiting date. You can predict your going into colonization date. You can predict all of those and plan them on a large scale planner. Okay? And then once you've done that, the calendar sort of becomes your boss. Like, that's who runs me. I have to look at the calendar and go, oh my goodness, I have to be ready in 2 days to start another X amount of tubs. In order to do that, I have to already, days earlier, had my stuff prepped. Then I have an inoculation start date. And then I have a cake start date. And then a colonization start date. And then a fruit start date. And then I get a harvest. What is this now? Printable stickers for each step. That's not a bad idea. Okay. So 15 inoculated, 10 colonizing, 20 fruiting. Yes, Matt Leonard. Those are my numbers. And that's how you want to plan it. Okay? How did that work for you guys? A little bit. I'm probably a little scattered on the overall message, and I apologize. It's hard for me to do it this way, but I'm just making excuses. The information, I'm still getting the information out there. Okay? It's for me, it's absolutely a necessity. I live off of my calendar, and I can tell you right now when my harvests will be. I can calculate them out, and then it also tells me how much I have to do ahead of time in my blank spots of my not building a cake day or not a harvest day. I have those days in between where I'm not flexing, I'm not bragging. I think we're doing, on my cycle right now, we're starting 15 every 5 days. 15 every 5 days. So when you look at that, you go, you know what? That's doable. That's doable. Because then you're rotating 15 every 5 days. And it gives you an advanced knowledge of, I have to be prepped and ready for 15 tubs between now and 5 days from now. Okay? Now, do the math on that. If you're doing that, and it's 45 days cycle, and you're doing 15 every 5 days, what's 9 times 15? Because in a 45-day cycle, you've got 9 5-day blocks, right? In a 45-day cycle, because that's what we figured out this is, you'll get 9 5-day blocks. So you'll get 9 opportunities to start more tubs and keep your system rolling. If you want to run 20 tubs, and you're going to get 9 opportunities, 9 5-day cycles in there, then all you have to do is start 2 every 5 days, and you're going to end up with 18 tubs, 19 tubs, 20 tubs. Throw an extra one in a couple of times. If you do it this way, in 45 days, starting 2 every 5 days, you'll end up with 20 tubs. Is that easy to do? Yeah, now all of a sudden you're a 20 tub grower. Of course you can imagine doing that much this way, Vegas. It's the easiest thing in the world now. See, Salmon's he's at 25. So, then what you start doing, you start growing your system, you start growing your confidence, you start getting better genetics, because you're making genetics, your own good genetics, out of your own clones, right? You're going to end up, what do? Well, I could do 2 every 5 days. Why don't I bump it up to 3? I got a good idea. I'm going to bump it to 4 every 5 days. All of a sudden, you're a 40 tub grower. And 4 every 5 days, you're going to find out, I can do this. Start with 2 every 5 days. For a couple of, even if it's just 2 or 3 in a row. And then you're sitting there, man, I got my 6 going, but they're not all on top of each other. I didn't start 6 all at once. I started 2, I waited 5 days, I started 2, I waited 5 days, I started 2. I got 6 going, and I can tell you their harvest dates. And now if I have a new harvest goal date, I can calculate back and start another 2. Okay. Thank you guys. We're almost out of time. I had this beautiful reading. We'll do it tomorrow. But this has been very fun. I feel like I could have done a little bit better job of disseminating the information, but the ideas are all right there. Okay? Production planning, for me, it's fun. I can't live without it because of the volume that we try to run. But the calendar becomes my guide, becomes my boss. I start working off of, I'm sorry, I can't hang out with you guys on the 5th or the 10th or the 15th. I have grow house work to do, or I have lab work to do. The other days I can wiggle around with a little bit. But if you start with yourself a schedule, instead of just okay, I'm going to start 2 today, and I'm pretty sure they're going to harvest someday, who knows when. I have a general idea. That's not scientific. Okay? That's not how you're going to get better. And then another thing that you start to do is go, wow, I predicted that tub 1 would harvest out on the day after Thanksgiving, but it's actually 3 days after Thanksgiving. I wonder why. Now you have kind of a base place to start with to do some digging in to find out why it took a little bit longer. Oh gosh, it came out even a little bit faster. I wonder why. So it gives you a base place to start with. But it also, you know what, the neatest thing about mycology, and this, why I'm kind of a proponent of this whole 5-day block, the neatest thing, you can do everything in mycology in 5-day blocks. The final thing that you can't do, you can't guarantee harvest will be on that a 5-day. You can't guarantee, but it's going to come really close. But you don't want to. All the others I can wait. Like my jar is ready to go today, but it's the 9th. I can wait a day, not worrying about opening the jar and turning it into a cake. Can't I? Can I let it colonize an extra day? Yeah. If I've got a cake that's colonizing, I can let it colonize an extra day. Yeah. The one place you can't go extra is at the very end. It's ready to harvest, it's ready to harvest. But those are the days you're like, oh, I guess it's coming early. Or it's going to be 1 day later than I planned, but I still have all my other stuff going on 5-day blocks. And I just have 2 randos that are coming out a little bit faster, a little bit slower. Okay? Correct. Terry's telling us it depends on your strains. True. Your golden teachers grow faster. Your penis envies grow slower. In terms of time, 2 or 3 days here or there. I'm giving massive generalizations, but they work for mycology. And they work for cubensis mushrooms. Okay. Let's do our final giveaway of today. I'm trying to think of something. Okay. Thanks for being here, you guys. Yeah, Sandy, nothing's set in stone. These are our guidelines, our 5-day guidelines. We are not going to do another car part because you guys take forever on car parts. We're going to do today, and this everybody can do it. Everybody, even if you've won in the last 2.5 weeks, you can go. You can do this one. I'm going to do house. Almost every house in the world has one of these. Most houses have one of these. Go. They have bathrooms. They have roofs. They have toilets. They have roofs. They have roofs and they have fridges. Most houses have one of these. It's part of the structure of the house. Fireplace, a sink, a door. I'll try a heater, a hot water heater. This is on the outside of the house, by the way. It's the outside of the house. Most of them have one of these. A door, a floor, a sink, a closet, a payment. True. A door, a garage, a chimney, a siding, walls, a facade, a garage. I'm reading them as I see them on my screen. Yard, framing. Whiskey got it. Whiskey, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Whiskey. Well done. Whiskey. I said steps, and he said steps. I said steps, and he said steps. Whiskey. You haven't won in a long time, my friend. Congratulations. Whiskey. Steps. You're getting 2 apple crisps, half a gram infused in each of these freeze-dried apples, and then 4 grams of amazing ghost crunchies. Okay? You guys are all still saying it. We must have a really bad lag here. By the way, somebody new here had said something. Pops, I said it first. You might have on your screen. I have to go by what's on my screen. And whoever I see first on my screen, that's who I call out. So I apologize to you if you see it first. There's lags and there's different times and things like that. But I read them off of my screen here. Congratulations, Whiskey and Matt Leonard today are our winners. Whiskey. Hey, Whiskey, are you going? I don't know. Whiskey, are you going to Mushfest? No pressure if you aren't. If you are, let me know, and I'll bring your prize with me. If you're not, let me know, and I'll send me an address at fungi2u.pops@gmail.com. Okay, then Whiskey, you're going? Whiskey's going? Are you serious? Whiskey's going? Are you serious? God, that's so cool. Okay, Whiskey, I'm bringing it with me. I'm saving $6. I'm bringing it with me. Okay, so I'm bringing yours and Matt Leonard's with me. Unless you guys want them to mail them, I can. Okay, you guys let me know. But I would be happy to bring it with me. Look at that, everybody's going to Mushfest. If you guys, what a beautiful day today's been. Thank you for being here today. I haven't run as long as I usually run. That's not too bad. Okay. I know, Sling, I just saved $12 by, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Be honest. You know what I'm going to do? Sandy, I'm going to send you $12 to put in the pool. No joke. I'm going to send Sandy $12. That saved the shipping, but let's put that in the pool. I also had, real quick before we go, I'll talk about it tomorrow at mail call. We've had 2 more people do donations sent us to me that I have to send to Whiskey. I'm sorry, I'm not sending it to you, Whiskey. I'm sending it to Sandy. All right? But Sandy, I'll send you the shipping money that we would have sent to Matt or to Whiskey. All right. That's perfect. Mama, how do I get to Mushfest? You can't be asking that question today. Yes, you can. Check with Sandy or Carlotta. They'll give you the information. Sandy, there I go, having a big mouth. He was, Pops, would you please stop talking about Mushfest? The cops are coming already. There's going to be so many people there. We don't know what we are going to be sardines. This started out, it was a really big place. Thanks to Pops and his big mouth, we're all going to be like this. How you doing, man? I'm okay. How are you? I'm all right. What you want to go to sleep? Well, okay. Let's just stretch out right here. We're going to be a bunch of... Is that going to be okay? Eric, I think no tents. The owner of the property is not going to be pleased if they see pup tents all over the property. Okay? No tents. Sandman's already said. And if you're not feeling comfortable because it's overcrowded, we'll get your room at the No-Tell Motel down the street. Okay? Yeah, Whiskey, can you reach in my pocket and grab my lighter? Yep, it's gonna be a tight fit, kids. See, this is. You think we're not gonna? You guys think we're not gonna be laughing a heck of a lot? And then for those of you that can't come, it's totally okay. It's really, really, really all right. It's we are gonna do as much live and involve as many people as we possibly can. Overjoyed, I don't think there's room for RVs and vans either. No. Like Sandy said, this place is a little, it's not as removed from civilization as our last one. Okay. Desi, you can be there too. It's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. 4 days. You guys, a bunch of you people are going to be showing up there tomorrow. What time tomorrow, Sandy? What time? Yep. Bubblegum, you got to be civilized. What time tomorrow is the place open, Sandy? What time's a good time? You can't show up too early because he gets the place probably 1 or 3 o'clock or something in the afternoon. What time do you think tomorrow? 5 is when we're opening up. Okay, so tomorrow, don't get there before 5 o'clock. All right? Don't be a nuisance. After 5 tomorrow, Pops is getting there about 2 or 3 o'clock Friday. We'll be there, Tad, Big Boy, Brock, and myself, and Ruff wants to go with us. Ruff wants to go with us. I keep telling him no. I keep telling him Sandman said he can't come. I told him he could come, but I said Sandman said you couldn't. So we can't bring Ruff. No dogs allowed. Ruff wanted to come. I couldn't bring Ruff if I wanted to. You know why? Because I'd end up spending the whole time worrying about him. And then Sandman saying it's a $1,200 extra fee. Okay? Don't bringing the dogs. Miss Rose will watch Ruff. I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. No, Friday. Sandy and Carlotta have done one heck of a lot of work to get this thing to where it is today. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll thank you more and more and more over the course of the next few days. Thank you. I've had it super easy. You know, every time someone asks me a question, Sandy, guess what I do? Oh, well, here's Sandman's contact. Contact him. I've been fluffing them off on you for the last 2 weeks, bro. Oh, I've been rotten to the core. Like, I know some of the answers. I'm like, check with Sandman. I do it on purpose. I think there should be one central information place. Could easily start putting out the wrong information and think you're doing the right thing, and you're giving actually wrong information. So I've directed everybody to Sandy, and he has done, and Carlotta. That's why he's my kid. Okay? That's why he's next in line after Brock. Get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to have a good time. I think we covered most of our production planning. We'll have a little question and answer period tomorrow, and then we're going to do some spiritual reading. Okay? Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here and making my life beautiful. Sandman, talk to you tomorrow. Carlotta, Rose is not the mail lady. No, she's not. No mail from Rose does not deliver the mail. Sandy and Truzo, they are the true MVPs. MVP and DJ and Bridget and Bubblegum, the check is in the mail. Gingy, I can't wait to see you, sweetie. DJ and Penny Pack and the Tube Junkie. Wacky Wavy Arm Inflatable Tube Man, that's correct. Terry, I can't wait to see you. Sigh, you're a doll. Carlotta, love you. DJ and Gingy and Nerdy Nate and Chris. I think we're going to see Chris tomorrow. Keep saying tomorrow. I'll be there Friday. Slingy, Penny Pack. We're going to meet Penny. Overjoyed. We're going to be sending her all kinds of stuff live. Eric, DM Eric some tunes, you guys. MVP and Super Spooker. Is this usually at this time? Super, we do it 9 till 10:15 Eastern Standard Time every day. Corey, Ladran, Daniel, there you are. Sandy and Carlotta and Whiskey. Whiskey, bring your wrestling outfit. Okay? I'm bringing mine. I'm going to take you down, bro. Vegas, Mandy, have a wonderful day, doll. Terry Robinson and Titty Tad and Hemorrhoid Hitman. And Truzo and Joe Dubes and EMT. EMT, you sure are a nice person. Bridgie and Shasta. Shasta's gorgeous. Sidey, there's Sidey. Jimmy Max and Jesus Christ and Spoonie Smash and Tygon. And Eric Montgomery. Jesus Christ in Australia. Chris and Carlotta and Terry, and Hemorrhoid and Overjoyed and Ladran. I'm reading them as I scroll them. You guys keep them coming, and I'll keep reading them. Overjoyed and Bubblegum and Chris and Exception and Super Spooker and Whiskey and Jesus Christ. Not in Australia right now. Interesting. Super Spookers. Shasta, she's throwing donuts. Eric and DJ and Sarah Bear. MVP. Jesus Christ and Super Spooker. Pops. Peace. Be kind to one another. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Out.